All of them are there. State GIS is there. Remote sensing centers of states and state government websites are there. Central Pollution Control Board is there. SPCB, they have their own websites. Geoportal is there. Rohini Nilekani, Infosys people, they also publish several reports on that, on water related things. We can cull the information from that. Okay. NWSC is newly added. Jal Shakti Ministry newly opened 3 years back. Next slide, please. So, Government of India websites. What is that they can input for studying the floods? Water level variations of reservoirs in the interstate basins, intrastate basins, daily, summed weekly, 10 daily also. They will provide. They are providing. Only you should have the patience to log into that and see that. And see and do what with that? You file a second information report. Because FIR has become spoiled, that word. FIR. They think that it is a criminal case itself, FIR. Actually, what all we do, all our MA project works, BA project works related to water resources or whatever it is, they are the first information reports of the existing situation there. You put it in the relevant authorities. If you don't want to have an engineer's bill, and if you don't want to consider your thing as a profession, you please put it them there. For arguments in the court of law, they will be useful for the people. Okay. PMP, probable maximum flood, contours of CWC, derivatives like probable maximum flood from probable maximum precipitation can happen. Okay. And land use, land cover maps are available, legacy data sets, land degradation data sets, MOSDAC, rainfall forecast. This is already yesterday that Bangalore, they were telling they are using this, SAC. That is one of the beautiful websites. I don't know why the people are not using it. Skill scores can be developed and then tell the authenticity of that. Rainfall data. NIC groundwater aquifer maps they have put. There is one more Jagdish from NIC. He has put them. He told in one of the webinars. Watershed boundaries. There are no jurisdiction like village, mandal, taluk, district. Watershed should be the unit for managing the water. Water quality data. Next, please. Next slide. Next slide. Yes. Now I'll come and I will tell you in another 15 slides what is that we have done in floods and what is my expertise. What is our expertise in ISRO? What is that we can transfer to you either free of cost, Government of India free of cost only. And we are organizing so many webinars from ISRO side. One has to go through that. Okay. Earth observation from synoptic satellites will be taken. I don't know whether it is put in the full screen mode, sir. Shiv Prasad, sir. Is it full screen mode? Can you put it in full screen mode?
No. Sir, this is PDF only you sent it, no?
Yeah. Even otherwise, I can send my other PPTs also.
Yeah, that works very well.
Okay. Sir, you can increase the percentage from the right hand bottom side.
No, increase the percentage means once again the difficulty will be there in
reading.
Yeah.
No, I can send that. It should not be a problem. After this, sir, I can.
No, I can increase. That issue is once again part of
that going up and down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I will trouble you more, sir, by asking you. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. No. It is somewhat better.
Yeah.
But still. See, we have an agenda for doing this, timely information we are doing. For us, as soon as a flood comes, heart beats. We have to work hard there in our respective government centers. Okay, what is that? As soon as the flood forecast, we start looking at various newspapers also, like others, and then include them. And because we have to give the preparedness. and we do something during the flood also. Then post flood also we have to give some information. Okay, it is just information only for us. Fine. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yes. Flood response, near real time flood monitoring. Okay. Yeah. Fine. I am able to read. Fine. So near real time flood monitoring and mapping, for us, what it means is we will keep a flood watch. And then the flood watch means not just concerned scientists will go through the papers and then find that. We have a systematic way of doing it. The librarians will act as the information center. He is an information officer for us. His duty is to scan all the newspapers with a word called flood, collect all that, put it in the web database. It will come to us. That fellow will see the next morning. Because we have to reduce our workloads, Then satellite data acquisition we have to order, satellite data analysis we have to do, then product dissemination has to be done within 24 hours or 48 hours depending on the urgency of the user. Okay. Next. Near real-time flood mapping. Here flood event incidence reports from news media, collection and compilation of the water level from different rivers, either in the websites or through by asking them. Preparation of satellite coverage charts, gauge histographs, browsing of optical satellite data on daily basis. We have forgotten to include the radar data also here. That is also done. Then, is optical data is cloudy? If it is yes, then we go for radar sat data, synthetic aperture radar data, and then collect that. So much of advancement is there in synthetic aperture radar data. People started using that in near real time in other countries. Near real time, your flood map will come from the satellite itself directly to the table. That is VLSI based data processing they do in the cloud. They disseminate it. That is advancement. Anyhow, now whatever we have done, I am telling you. Next level, please. Next slide. Yeah. So satellite data analysis we do. For flood inundated area, that is the easiest thing one can do. Water jalebis we draw. For us, it is fun sometimes when we are drawing the water jalebis. This inundated area, so many lives will be there. We know that so many lives are getting suffered. Then there are different levels of water inundation also in that. That also we have to give. And how long it stood there. Then number of images we have to take. Generation of hard copy flood maps. Then dispatch to the user departments, then go along with the flood maps prepared for the entire season and meet the deputy commissioner or other people and learn from them that अगर बाढ़ नहीं होता, सूख नहीं होता, government अपना कामकाज कैसे करता है, क्यों करता है? Like that we will hear and come back. They will just keep it there. I do not know whether they do use it for flood relief. We have given so many drought maps, whether it is given for drought relief. How much we have to struggle? Okay, next. Next slide, please. Yeah. So गोपालगंज के कई गांवों में घुसा बाढ़ का पानी. Okay, old one. Just for reference, I have taken it from somewhere 2012 because I worked in 1995 to up to 2000 only in NRC. So like that. Next one, flood watch. Next slide. Water level. This is given by Central Water Commission. This we take. Next, they will send it to NRSC. Our disaster, there is a we have a disaster management wing itself in NRSC. Water level. Next slide. CWC bulletins from state agencies also we get. Apart from CWC bulletins, they will immediately, promptly they will send the flood levels. Then what? We will put it in the website. Then what website will do? Website on its own will not do, it has no hands and legs. People sitting there in that village, in that taluk, district, water administrator should make use of that. Next level. Next slide, please. Yeah. Flood disaster watch, Modi's data is there. Modi's data, Terra and Aqua does best of the things. 10:30 a.m., 1:30 p.m. So every 1 to 2 days we get this, but the resolution is very bad, 250 meter resolution. Whereas our optical, what we are telling from NRSC is around 30 meter resolution, you can say, okay. Average. Next slide, please. Yes. Then the flood watch is given by tropical rainfall monitoring measure, TRMM also. TRMM rainfall. That is one mission. That is another setup. That also we make use of in NRSC. Right, next slide. Flood situation report will be generated. Okay. For example, Dhubri, Golpara, high flood situation, none. This is sent by management support group, the disaster management support group of remote sensing applications, National Remote Sensing Center, ISRO. We make use of the earlier ones, including our satellite data, and inform the people like this flood situation report, okay, with river name, district name, and the state. It will be available in your databases. Even now you can check. Database is very important. For you to argue outside also it is good, not necessarily in near real time. Non-near real time also you can make use of this data, what we have put there. Maybe small permissions are needed. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yeah. So flood disaster watch report we will use. Flood disaster watch report for Bihar, entire state also. It is uploaded. You can just see it in the image. Not necessarily only when the flooded region, for other also to have all flooded regions put together. We will put at the, as soon as they are over, we will go on updating the database. That is the beauty of a digital way of handling the things. As soon as the floods occur, we go on updating those rates. Next one. This is a dashboard. We have created a flood dashboard for cloud cover information, rainfall information, water level information, okay. Then satellite data planning and acquisition. Next, please. So as per this, we process the image as per that only. Cloud cover information, rainfall information, water level information, disaster watch, then satellite data planning, and then we acquire the flood maps. There are various steps. There are standardized procedures which we use, which you also can do as a MTech project student, because they are available now. Most of the free softwares are put. Even Esri is doing some social service. They are also offering free of cost. QGIS is there, and Bhuvan data sets are there. You can download, do some project works on that, and stick to your project work to be implemented. Don't do the project and go and do concreting the roads, asphalting the roads and concreting the pipes. Fine. Next slide, please. Satellite data acquisition, sensor mode. Different sensors we have. So many sensors. IRS P6, and then IRS Aquaterra, Modis also we acquire. IRS P4, Cartosat 1 and 2. Okay. RadarSat is there. Then ERS, European Remote Sensing Satellite, all of them we acquire. Earlier we used to have IRS 1A, 1B, 1C like that. That Jamana is over now. P6, AWIFs, advanced wide field sensors and all that. We can go through that and get it. We are also putting the images free of cost, but not the real time, non-real time. Next slide, please. Yes. Flooding conditions are short term and long term, can be captured in that. Okay. Next time, next. Yes. See, optical images are different from radar images. So optical images I talked, cloud cover and all that we remove, and we process the image because that is the easiest. Water will absorb the light, so the energy will be less. It appears as dark or somewhat blue, but not certainly as land. Okay. Land will be brighter. Land side will be brighter, water will be slow. That is the indication. Whether you do it digitally or visually, it is same thing. To some extent it varies, that's all, not much. But digital is better because technology will be more transferable, faster. Reset, when we go for our own Radarsat images, we have beautiful images of Radarsat with different procurement of satellite in different acquisition modes we have. You can acquire based on your own required area of research and order it and get the data and do the flood information from that, flood inundated area from that, because they penetrate through the clouds. Optical data hinders the data. It will never give the data when the cloud is there. So radar data you can make use of. Now next slide, please. Yes. So there is what is called as path planning. If you want to do a research work, you have to do planning for that. Radarsat data, when it is flowing over the Indian region or your own region, Bihar region or Madhya Pradesh region or Maharashtra region or Bangalore region, you have to plan for acquiring the data and give the request. They will give free of cost several times. Several students are doing their PhD depending on these data sent by various organizations throughout the world, including India, most probably. Okay. And then they process and send it to them. Next level, satellite data acquisition planning we have to do based on that. Programming services are available, whether it is a basic need for the user, priority use for the user, or express use for the user. So the student's need, we consider it as just a basic need. Whereas if Central Water Commission asks, it is an express need for us, we will give it. State government asks, it is just a priority, or we will ask them, we price them as per that. Small price is there, small price. Not as heavy as your accounts in putting roads and buildings. Very less amount is there in this. Next slide, please. Then regular service is there, rush service is there. In that category also it is done. You can go through the website later slowly and ask any doubts if it is needed. Near real time is there. Next slide. So procurement of satellite data. Okay. Next slide. You have to fill these forms and send. We will enable you to do that also. Then how a flood appears in the image, it is given here. How flood appears. Next. So the methodology we have done. How we map the flood and give it to the user. That we have made a methodology of that. Afterwards, classification and extraction of the flood layer was done using generation of the backscattering coefficient image, speckle suppression using filters, thresholding, masking, and clump and sieving. Okay. For all these services, each one of them, there is a step-by-step procedure which will just put it there and get the result. We have to verify. It is a knowledgeable job, intelligent job, but repeatable job. Okay. Composition of flood map, district level, state and particular site level, estimation of flood inundation, statistics. We also estimate and send. Okay. Next. Yes. How we threshold. For example, if the intensity varies like this, in the histogram, number of pixels are more. If this is a threshold you put for water, this is a threshold you put for land, then as per that we will give that. There are PhDs in identifying the watershed boundaries using neural networks from IITs as well as ordinary engineering colleges also. Is there a necessity to find out with so much of accuracy the boundary of a reservoir or flood extent, it's a moot question. As you like, you have to answer that afterwards. Fine. Next, flood mapping with microwave image. It is a different ball game because it has only captured through the cloud. It has passed and captured the image. Horizontal polarization word. Here the number of variables, system variables are more. Geometric variables are also more in this. System variables like polarization, angle of look. It is just like slide looking airborne radar, airborne radar, like that. The angle of look, it will not be zenith, okay. It will not be from top to down looking like that. It will be side looking only. That's why we call it as SAR, okay. Synthetic aperture radar, we using SLC, side looking composites. Next. See, smooth water surface with low backscatter, high rough water surface with high backscatter, how it looks. Flooded image. Next. Next slide, please. So target interaction and image appearance. Okay. This you can learn, within no time, because it becomes routine for you when once you start working on that. How the agricultural land, if it comes, whether the water is there or not, it will become a big question. Then we will go for the double bounce reflectance, or some other analysis is also there. That is called Pauli's decomposition method. We are not advanced so much, but otherwise simple backscattering coefficient we will take and convert it to the number, digital number, and then giving the fast way, flood inundated areas on level. Next, please. So generation of flood inundation layer. Next, same procedures are listed there. Just for your benefit, these are the different angles. So raw image and a rectified image. This is rectified with reference to the topo maps, because our raw images will be orbit, latitude, path and row. It will be rectified to topo maps. Next. Then we give mask like this for pre-flood and land use. We extract the water only in the using the mask of our particular area of interest, and compare it with the land use of that area only, and then say so much is flood affected. Next. So this is the water layer without mask. This is water layer after mask. So this is flooded, we know. Then only this much is flooded. So that is our area of interest. This is regular water body that we don't want. We want flood water body. That's why we are putting the mask of all the water bodies there. And then our relevant area of interest mask also we put to know. Then if that is there, it will give this color. Backscattering coefficient will give some number, then that we will give color and put it there. Next one, please. So damage assessment will be done. Villages, submerged land use, land cover, submerged railway, submerged roads, okay. Rail network, road network. Is it not a useful tool? It is a useful tool. Next one. Next slide. Yeah. For the entire Assam, at a time it was done. Okay. For the entire Assam it was done and given. Next slide, please. Floods for 2012, I was just explaining you that. Assam, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh. Okay, we go on updating our dashboards also like that. Next one. So Assam floods caught by RadarSat data. Next slide. Yeah. Let it be there. Resat 1. Okay, resettlement data showing the flood inundation in part of Dibrugarh district. This image shows submerged roads near here. Submerged roads are seen here. You can easily see in the reset data, submerged roads, because road will have a higher number, whereas this will have a lesser number. Okay, backscatter coefficient. Next slide. Now, I told you, because though we have put the disaster management service wing of ISRO and NRSC and all that, no takers are there. We are doing we are only 180 people. So now National Water Information Center has taken it over. It collects the data from NRSC, collects the data from CWC, Central Water Commission, puts it in that database. And they have several directors and deputy directors working on that. They have a vision, they have a mission under Ministry of Jal Shakti. Next one, faster please. Okay, next. So the responsibilities of NWIC is given here. India Water Resources Information System portal, a single window solution for all water sources data and information in a standardized national GIS framework is put there. Water Information Management System, web-enabled water resources data entry system for both surface and groundwater resources. Data entry system. That means the user also can enter. Okay, next. Next level, next slide, please. So the digital data they are going to put for both groundwater and several things here that is kept here. Groundwater quality, and then they will put surface water quality, reservoir levels, glacier, lake and water, then ET and soil moisture. ET and soil moisture is also put, not by anybody, ISRO only has put. Have you made use of that? Flood inundation maps, LULC maps, waterlogged, rainfall, gridded data we are giving. Next please. So you can go through what are the opportunities of using the satellite geospatial data by using these various websites provided by Government of India and Government of states, various states, and try to make use of them for dynamic modules or semi-dynamic modules using several tools which are available and provided free of cost also. You have to educate. It should become a passion to propagate water resources engineering. It is not enough we know only hydrology, hydraulics, water resource engineering. It is good to know about the neighboring technologies like computer science, electronics. Mechanical engineers are also needed. Supply chain management of water resources, who will do? Can we build a queue-based inventory of water? We don't have it at basin level itself. Okay. Next slide, please. Objectives of India Varis is given, that you can know later. Next slide. State Water Informatics Center, they have opened up the opportunity. Notwithstanding what we have already, we are expanding. Geospatial technology is expanding. People should come. Who are the people who can come? Civil people, computer science people, electronics people. They should start using the data and giving the information to the governing bodies. They may use it, they may not use it. Ultimately, they will go for that crisis management only. No preventive management, active management, reactive management category at all. Next. So this website you can note down. Anyhow, it will be there. My PPTs are given there. This new website, they call it a Geospatial Hydro Products and Services, opened in Bhuvan, and you will get a lot of information. Next slide. So what all we give in Bhuvan? I was telling you, spatial flood early warning, operative flux monitoring, glacial lakes information, snow cover information. Next. This I took it from the website. Before telling you I should do it, I took it 20th July 2021 from the website of NRSC only I got this. Not from CWC website, we could not get this. Though it is the job of CWC. I don't know why, who am I to assign the jobs for them? They are a bigger entity. Okay. I couldn't get it there. It was in a different forum. It was a plain sheet, water level at this place is this much, this place is this much. But we want it in a graphical form that is more useful. Okay, next. See here. No, previous please. This is a variable infiltration capacity based. No, next one. Variable infiltration capacity based soil moisture assessed by ISRO. Space Application Center Ahmedabad is put there. We have developed a model for throughout India. IIS Dehradun, that person is sitting. He is also from IISc. Okay. And the soil moisture on 20th July 2021 is put here. Are we making use of this data for assessing the soil moisture given by private vendors, startups, for insurance companies in real time? Because they are doing it from different countries' images, the soil moisture. And our soil moisture data, what we have done is given here. First thing is we don't have a soil moisture field database. How to compare this? Then you people sitting in different districts of India, you are supposed to open a small startup and help India in giving the soil moisture for both for hydrological modeling as well as agricultural operations. And lot of things are there to be done in that. Not just giving the data and keeping quiet. If you want, you can intervene in the rainfed area or irrigated area and advise the farmers. Charge a small amount for them. I will tell you, Bhaiya, when you have to sow the seed, this is the soil moisture. It is not just based on rainfall, you can tell that. Okay. Next. Next slide, please. This is all India level, what we are giving. That's what I was telling. This is for one particular state. Spatial flood early warning system. Next. In Bhuvan, we have put that. Okay. Our future mission is surface water and ocean topography. Measure surface water elevation in lakes, reservoirs, and large rivers. Okay. Then. No, previous, please. Previous, please. Surface water, it is the future Earth of missions. Surface water elevations in lakes, reservoirs, and large rivers. Because this is based on altimetry, satellite altimetry, but still we can enlarge that to give river velocities also. Okay, better. Because SAR is there, SAR interferometric radar. The SAR cannot be used. They are giving for surface disturbance because that is to be planned well in advance. If you want the river velocities of the entire country using satellite remote sensing based SAR interferometry techniques, we have to put some 4 to 5 years efforts and make it available regularly. The runoff, river velocity when it is given, it is nothing but runoff, depending on the cross section of the river which is already available with Central Water Commission. You can calculate how much water is flowing there. And flood management can be far better. Okay, next slide, please. So different modules are there in, none of them could open properly. That is Central Water Commission has given this. We should know how to make use of that also. It is in NWIC website I went through, but maybe it is in initial stages. They may do it better later. Next slide. What can be done by hydraulic literate people at Tahsil or village level floods? All those people who have published BE, ME, PhD thesis papers in hydrology, hydraulics, environment, and water resource engineering shall build capacity at all levels of watersheds to read and understand the simplest things in Government of India websites, digital data on natural resources, assets of the respective local areas. This is by persuasive approach. Just like mobile WhatsApp, we help each other, The common man would have to be trained to understand his own assets in a spatial context and learn how to cooperatively think about natural assets. Next slide, please. Next slide. Our major aim for identifying the floods will be to develop global river models, core tools for simulating the flood hazards on regional to global scales. Elsewhere they are doing, we have to do it. GRMs are necessary to simulate river discharges using the runoff outputs from global circulation models. Okay, don't worry, sir, it's okay, I can read it. So more focus should be placed on studying the behavior of the global hydrologic models and global river models. Next, please. No, something is missing. Something is missing. Yeah, I had 124 slides. You go for 100. 90 you go. Oh, 100. Please show one now, 100. I will know where we are, Yeah, next, before, earlier, fast. You have to go faster, sir. Still backwards. Yeah. Still backwards, yeah. No, afterwards. Next slide, please. This I already told you. File second or first. What is the slide number, sir? This one? No, previous one. Please tell me what is the slide number so that I remember. Who is operating the slides, please? What is the slide number?
86.
Okay. So, attend the conference and workshops to speak emphatically on your research. And don't wait for consultancy, it will never come. Okay. Don't wait. I am not telling out of my experience, but I am telling you that has spoiled water resources sector. Actually. Not that we should be free. See, when it comes to the water of the land, water is free, supposed to be given by God, not by municipal authorities. Yesterday he told, our Professor Munavalli, I don't want your municipal water if it is so bad quality. I will have my own rainwater harvesting. That also our governing agencies will take it positively. Yes, sir, all of you now go for 2 pipe systems, rainwater harvested drinking water, and another is what we supply, bad water, through our water supply schemes. They are so good in governance. Okay. So outsourcing versus consultancy, hire and fire attitudes of the bureaucracy should be made known to the public. We don't have a number of computer science engineers, electronics engineers, mechanical engineers into the mainstream, because when pump efficiency comes, efficiency-based handling of water systems, we need electrical and electronics engineers. Not that civil engineers cannot do. Why we should go on doing the others? We can combine and do. So our proportion should be 40, 40, 10, 10. 40 civil, 40 mechanical, computer science, electronics, 10 geology, geography, geomorphology, 10 sociology, anthropology and others. Like that the department should be. And Karnataka government is the best in bifurcating the PWD and water resources at least. Still recruitment are supposed to start only for water resources people. That would take place in the near future. So how much does the AICTE can do? It is done recently. They released FOSSI microcontrollers for the help of the startups. Civil people also should make use of them. Microcontroller. There the gadgets ready to use IoTs can be done on that. You interact with them and prepare some flood maps and give it in near real time. Okay, next please. Next slides. See, I have seen in the website of Vedas Space Application Center, Ahmedabad. I just took if instead of telling others what you do using the website data, I myself started doing it internally, though I have no powers now because I am retired. Okay, I went through the website. I found that it gives in the last 10 years data of water levels, how they are monitored in the reservoir of Tungabhadra continuously. So for the same 3 months of flood affected 2017, 2018, 2019, I took. One can manage the reservoir operations sitting in your house. You can advise the people. Those who are interested in advising, you can advise. Otherwise, if you wait for consultancy, you wait. That is a different question, because that's not my area of decision. We could have made use of. This is 2017, available there, put in our websites. Next slide, please. Next slide. This is 2018. Next slide. 2019. 2020, 2021, I didn't put it. So now we'll go for a brief speech of what Nagaraj Rao Harshdeep told in the RISES 2020 AI for India. Okay, fast. Next. Next slide, I told, sir. They have infographics in which GDP is put. Different countries they have put. India is not here, of course. GDP, population. They analyze like that. Okay, India is not there in this. Okay, next. Making a work for the poor. He gave a pronunciation on sustainable development applications at scale. Okay. Next. He said watershed should be the unit of work for resource management, because all the assets and resources are there in the watershed, not in cities where 50% population lives. Next. So agenda for coping with floods, he defined how artificial intelligence is going to improve the data, available data. You go for information, go for knowledge, and go for decision support. Next slide. What is broken throughout the world, he was telling scenario, is information is broken, institutions are broken, investments are broken. When you see that the past 30 years of investment on drinking water supply scheme is a waste, because they are not yielding any results, though we have pipes and taps there. It's a heart-rending scene for me if I see the reports, that too in Karnataka vernacular language, Kannada. Next. So global 10-day soil moisture maps are available. This is all other satellites data he has taken. Next. Pixel-wise population maps. Fulkerman's water index can be developed for that. Those who want to do startups, I am telling you, can make use of that. Next. What shall I do with that indexer? Go to the deputy collector, district collector, report, keep your report there for his use. Keep it as a second information report. In future, it will come for use for you. Then Kaveri river levels, he monitors it from international river databases. Next. This is Lake Vallabha river levels, monitored from international databases. Next. when and how much to release water is most important, Harshdeep was telling. I was very happy. He mentioned Tungabhadra. You know how to operate Tungabhadra. He mentioned Almatti. You please know how to operate Almatti. Reservoir operations is not a very simple thing. Okay. Though it is a, of course, when you open the gates of the river sluice or irrigation sluice, the water will flow because gradient is there, you know. It is not an enterprise. Institutions. We should create the proper institutions. Next. Disasters and blockchain technology. Now, we can use the ICT technology I was telling you for floods. We can use blockchain technology for giving specific permissions for specific set of people to operate the high funda information or highly secretive information of various aspects of the flood. The same thing, when I put here concerns and challenges facing that blockchain technology is put here, government practices can be improved by using that. Blockchain technology is not just meant for bitcoins. It has to be used in water supply schemes and water resources engineering also. Next, please. Next slide. So utilization of the spatial maps which are provided, flood inundated area maps for assessing the flood risk has never happened, because when I read the report of Namami Ganga Rejuvenation Project and downloaded it from the website, I found that the flood risk modeling was done by one agency which never consulted the maps prepared by ISRO for the past 30-40 years for Ganga. That's where we stand. Previous, Little was there. Little was there, I forgot. Previous. Yes. We have grand plans in ISRO for NISAR, Trishna and GSAT. It is going to be launched on August 12, 2021. That has several information which Harshdeep of World Bank showed you from various other satellites that we can use, at least part of them in using GSAT. Okay. Then this is the best part of it, which you are about to lose now, by moving the slide. Government of India has opened up its startups for making the people work and making the faculty work towards the field of water resources by opening the Respond projects for all centers. You can work for either NRSC or RRSC or VSSC or Indian Institute of Space Technology. If it is small satellite, you go for Indian Institute of Space Technology. Okay. And then space, all of them. They have open website they have put. And a lot of projects they are asking. They want the university faculty as the principal investigator and their associated faculty and students are the next level. And NRSC or RRSC or SAC or VSSC will become only co-principal investigators. This is the opportunity they have opened for you. I think there are very less number of projects which has come. Though they have put it in the website 1 month back. Now 2021 is going to come. They are going to put it. Please be waiting and watching. You have principal investigator. Prove that for the entire mankind. Water, after all, where it is used, drinking, that's all. Crop and all is another this thing. You have to produce crops out of that. There also you have a lot of opportunities. I verified from various famous institutes. I don't want to mention here. They have not applied. Why? I don't know. Sir, next. See, internationally what is happening in floods is a fully automated TerraSAR-X based flood service is given. I was telling you, automatically they throw the maps from the satellite to the user directly. That is tough actually, very, very tough, because I have used VLSI image processing, rather VHDL image processing to identify the edges through one Shastra University girl student. I know what are the difficulties involved in making it more useful in active way to send it from the satellites. It is very tough, but still people can try. Instead of trying here using neural networks on reservoir water boundary, where is the use? It will vary by 75 centimeters. When you go and stand near any big reservoir, it will be varying by 75 centimeters throughout the day. What is the use of doing so much of accuracy? I don't know. So please go to the next slide. Guidelines for mapping. Next slide. It is already given. Next slide. People have used geostationary based satellite data also for flood mapping. Okay. Geostationary means 36,000 kilometer height. Remote sensing means 1,000 kilometer height. Geostation, our GSAT, which is going to be launched on August 11th or 12th, is having a lot of good capabilities for flood monitoring also. That's why I'm telling you like this. Next slide, please. Next slide. These are all the approaches which Madam has already covered in the morning, statistical approaches and other things which I mentioned. Next slide. Yes, this is very important. Next slide. Yeah, this is very important. There is randomness, spatial perspective, natural variability in the floods. This is captured in a paper, and they have told how to assess the floods in this. Okay, I have given a reference. They have told how to identify the surprises in floods using non-stationarity principle, not based on the non-stationarity principle which Madam Dhanya told. The non-stationarity principle which the international paper is referring is different. I will tell you next slide. Next slide. This is the reference paper. Next slide, please. Yes. Non-stationarity, what they define here is not as a state variable non-stationarity. It is the structure itself, the temporal change in the structure or land boundary conditions of the system studied, rather than as a change in the statistics of a state variable. How to understand this? Because this is the people who have done using, at least I don't understand, because I have worked in ISRO after graduating from NTK, and I am not a hydrologist nor a hydrologist also. To understand them, it takes time and effort. Please go through and do some service for this nation by doing that. Okay, next. Flood risk assessment framework is given. Next slide, please. We have to use, this is very important slide, and I am ending after this 3-4 slides. Systems engineering for flood disasters for sustainable engineering economics in the water sector. Research is underway elsewhere. They have done it. One fellow has done it. I think 2-3 years back. One Russian working from Canada, he has done it. To extend the performance-based approach to water resources engineering, including hazards such as flooding, drought, sea level rise, and tsunami, and earthquakes, they have done long back. And to develop planning, design, and operation procedures in which the consequences of competing hazards are properly balanced. Now it is a multi-hazard management has become a new topic with the help of IoT, which Amrita Center is doing. If somebody else is doing it, does not mean that others should not do. It is, India is a vast country. All of us are supposed to do and add to the flavor of using the technology. Digital governance of India, smart governance. Next slide, please. So it identifies the system disturbance, flood disturbance criteria, alternate option, and performance capability, and simulates. Accept the design. Next. Yes. Here, all these dotted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they are all the pumps or intakes. Pumps are intakes. Okay. This is another hydraulic structure. Okay. Maybe a PSV. And this is the length, no, previous one. This is the length of the pipe. So that they will identify, example of the water supply network. Next, please. Yeah, please go ahead. Here they identify when the event started. This IoT comes to use there only. This what Bangalore people have done and Chennai people and Pune people have done, that comes to use here. T1, when exactly flood started, when exactly it ended, how much time it takes for us to repair. If major flood happens, I pray God it should not happen. But if major flood happens, if there is a breakdown in the water supply system, what is the systems engineering approach that we have to follow is given in this. Next slide. Okay. They have identified the repair options. First repair option is which failed first. Don't leave it to the contractor to do it. Okay. You, as a technical person, you have to say that first repair components that failed last, or first repair important components independently. So like this, they have analyzed in the systems engineering approach for practical maintenance. I am talking maintenance, not even this thing. Next slide. So they have defined the resilience, robustness, redundancy, and other things for the system resilience, and then compared with the flood havoc, flood hazard, flood vulnerability, flood risk, then arrive at decisions. So next level. Next slide, please. Then they arrived at performance indicators. Without performance indicators, please don't accept any water resources engineering jobs. Leave alone this construction. Constructed the water supply schemes. What is the performance indicator that we have to measure the efficiency of our water supply system? Are we measuring the amount of chlorine that is there, residual chlorine in the pipes? Are we measuring what is the pressure variations that each DMA is getting? DMA is a new concept which they are trying right now, but we have wards here, different wards. So entire smart cities, this performance assessment is not there for that. It is not chalked out at all. Okay. So next slide, please. So geospatial knowledge infrastructure, people are ready throughout the world. How to combine cloud computing with our geospatial knowledge? How to combine policy making? How to combine the actions in the field? So Indian, for example, no, next slide. Yeah. So this you can see, go through. Civil engineers are rise using ICT and satellite technology around the world. In India also, highway construction with multiple grade crossings employs AR/VR technology. Okay. Audio, that means artificial reality, virtual reality and augmented reality. Okay. Along with BIM and GIS, Indian Railways have used wireless sensor networks for monitoring the bridges, railway bridges, safety. All multi-storied buildings started using spot beams of SAR microwave persistent remote sensing for monitoring and managing construction works. Next, last slide, I think. Next one. So our civil engineers are on the rise in using ICT. No, previous. I am ending, no problem, over. Small satellite constellations with payloads for quantum computing can really solve all our computational complexities involved in the river basin management, like flood management. Latest work on quantum repeaters by Professor Iyengar, who was a former Satish Dhawan Chair professor from IISc ISRO. He is giving a talk in Chandigarh University tomorrow in a webinar on that. Okay. Latest news on quantum key descriptors being tested in free space in SAC. So it is a welcome gesture for us that ISRO is also doing something related to quantum computing. Quantum key descriptors are being developed. There is a satellite photon communication lab in ISRO. Okay, so we should have Startup India and Make in India for what sector needs to emerge. So I request you to take a very passionate role in water resources engineering and go ahead with that. Okay, I think that's the end of my slides. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Any questions, please? So are we going? Yeah, previous one, I know, I will tell that later. No problem. You please ask questions. Any questions, please?
You can unmute yourself and then.
Hello. So in the last slide, what I was trying to tell is, which went off fast because I wanted to complete that. The international training is taking place for 15 days. There is a float, one diagram I have given in the last but one slide before the thank you slide. And there are different players from Indonesia, Thailand, then Korea, all parts of the world, including one person from India, is there in that. But the technologies they are projecting is very old. We people have proved it 5 years back. The IoT technology for solar photovoltaic based irrigation water pump monitoring in India was tried. That fellow went to the agriculture panchayats and wanted to include them. Those things will get a backseat if you go on adopting the training obtained from the other countries and then adopting yourself for the latest technology provided by others and not by developed indigenously. That is the precaution I just wanted to give. Okay. Any questions for in WhatsApp? I mean,
yeah, you can put it in chat, or otherwise you can raise your hands, please, or you can directly ask the question. You just unmute yourself. Praveen Kumar, Vidyarthi.
Yeah,
please.
please tell. Ask.
Hello. Thank you, sir, for the really informative webinar, and this has opened my eyes in many contexts, and especially I was working. Let me introduce myself also. Like I'm Praveen Kumar Vidyarthi from research scholar from IIT Roorkee, and recently I've started working on wastewater to energy, and in that context, I wanted to collect data for the constructed wetlands.
Yeah.
And the SAC, one of the department of ISRO, was having all the data, and it was not in a public domain, and it's really hard for me to collect that data. So, is it any possibilities that how we can collect that data and work over them?
They have done wastewater to energy.
No, sir. They have collected the data for the constructed wetlands in all over India.
No, constructed wetlands are constructed in Bangalore also. If you want information about constructed wetlands, you want
so they have
spatial information.
Yes,
spatial
they have
information.
special data for all the constructed wetlands all over in India. Yes, sir.
What parameters?
They have divided into area wise, like what all constructed lands are different like less than 2.5 hectares.
See,
and all this.
they have not given constructed wasteland potential zones for India. That much I know. Otherwise, we are the first people to put it in the website.
Yes, sir.
They will give.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please.
So, but it's not available in the open. They are not. It's not.
No, whatever we have put, please try to make, because we are all getting salaries per month, whether I do work or not. So we don't rise to your occasion and give you. Whatever we do, we have put it. So
No, sir.
make use of them.
That we have a data, like we have an inventory data which is called National Wetlands Inventory Assessment data for every state data.
Yes.
But I wanted to have a quantified data for each land areas, like what all data they have collected. that each coordinate and each point, so that I can get my particular, like I want to work on the region of Uttarakhand, so I can work more deeply on it.
That is Uttarakhand in the plain region or the hilly region?
Hilly region, sir.
Not in town, you know.
No, yes, sir.
Yeah. Then it is good. You please send your requirement. Let us see what is possible from my side. I will help. Next.
Okay.
Next question,
Thank you, sir.
please.
Thank you.
Yeah, any others, please? Any others? Then I can put in chart also. I will read. I think, sir, people are hungry.
That is also there.
Or otherwise, they might have understood very well.
Yeah, that is true. That is also true. Anyway, what is there, you know, that is all available technology only. I was just talking. Not much of-
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.